If you're buying a home and I gave you $20,000 to negotiate with, would you lower the price of the home or use it to lower your monthly payment? Lots of buyers today are being given this exact opportunity. Which option actually saves you more money? Today, we're going to look into the numbers and let you decide. My name is Mark. Welcome to the Gentleman Broker Mortgage Brief. Today, I want to discuss a real scenario that buyers are facing in today's housing market. You're buying a home, the seller is motivated, and your realtor negotiates $20,000 in your favor. Now, you have a decision to make. You can take $20,000 off the purchase price, use it to lower your closing costs, or use it to buy down your interest rate. So, which would you choose? Most people immediately say, take the money off the price of the home. Honestly, I probably would have said the same thing, but let's see what actually happens. Let's use a $500,000 home. We'll start with no negotiation at all. Our buyer has $25,000 for a down payment. For this example, today's market rate for their credit profile is going to be 6.99%. Their closing costs are approximately $12,000. So they bring in about $37,000 to closing. Their monthly payment comes out to $3,813. That's our baseline. Okay, now let's negotiate the price. Instead of paying $500,000, the seller agrees to sell it for $480,000. Everything else stays the same. Same $25,000 down payment, same closing costs, same 6.99% interest rate. Now the monthly payment drops to $3,674. That's a savings of $139 every month, nearly $1,700 every year. That's a great outcome, but we're not finished yet. Let's rewind. Instead of asking the seller to reduce the purchase price, your realtor and your mortgage broker take a different approach. They negotiate $20,000 in seller credits. Those credits can be used towards eligible closing costs and prepaid expenses, and in many cases, toward buying down the interest rate. In this example, based on today's market, about $18,000 was enough to permanently buy down the rate from 6.99% to 5.875%. The remaining credits help offset closing costs. Instead of bringing about $37,000 to closing, now you're bringing roughly $35,000 to closing, and your monthly payment, $3,465. Now, compare that to simply lowering the purchase price. The payment isn't just lower, it's about $209 less every month. That's more than $2,500 in additional savings every year compared to taking the price reduction alone. So there you go. In many cases, if a seller is willing to negotiate on price, they're also willing to discuss seller credits. From the seller's perspective, the net proceeds can end up being very similar. That's why it's worth exploring both options. And that could mean thousands of dollars in additional savings over time compared to simply negotiating the purchase price. Before everyone runs out asking for seller credits, this isn't always the right answer. Every transaction is different. Seller credits are limited by loan guidelines. They can't exceed eligible closing costs and prepaids. The amount available to buy down a rate changes with market conditions. And if you're planning to move in just a few years or refinance when rates come down, a lower purchase price may end up being the better choice. That's why there isn't one strategy that fits everyone. I want you to remember, the goal isn't always to negotiate the lowest purchase price. The goal is to negotiate the greatest overall benefit. Sometimes that's a lower price. Sometimes it's seller credits. Sometimes it's a lower interest rate. The smartest strategy is the one that best fits your financial goals. One of the biggest missed opportunities in real estate is thinking the asking price is the only thing you can negotiate. There are so many things that can be negotiated. interest rate buydowns, seller credits for closing costs, repairs after inspection, appliances, home warranties, closing and possession dates. The purchase price is just one piece of the negotiation. And that's why having a knowledgeable realtor and mortgage professional working together can make such a difference. With that, I will leave you with this quote, most commonly attributed to Ernest Hemingway. There is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility is being superior to your former self. Well, this has been your mortgage brief for the week. For everyone watching, I hope today is the start of a productive week, and I hope you are proud of the work you are doing. My name is Mark, and I am the Gentleman Broker.